Good morning. Boy, you guys are good. You just quieted right down. So, good morning. I'm Doug Farr, Chair of the CNU Board, and I want to welcome you to this morning's plenary. I'm here to give a little prep and to introduce Lynn Richards, who's going to give a first ever CEO's report to you, the members. So, I'd like to start this morning by again thanking the local host committee. Dallas is turning out to be a great Congress. Do we all agree? Can I hear a round of applause? Thank you. Local host committees work for years to prepare for a 3 or 4 day extended wedding, basically. And they've done an exemplary job. And we love these venues. Isn't it kind of neat walking between the hotel and the theater here? You get to see some street life and enjoy something we love, streets. So anyway, thanks to the local host committee. As board chair, I served for 2 years. This is the end of my first year. And I just wanted to say how proud, honored, and excited I am to have this job. It's obviously an unpaid job, but a job. And it's brought me into contact with all sorts of incredible leaders and passionate practitioners around the country. This Congress is followed by next year in Detroit, my hometown. I hope that you all attend. It's going to be, I can't say yet, but it's going to be as good as, maybe even better than the one we're in right now. And followed that by Seattle. So sort of a trilogy sort of in the making. So it's really exciting. I think I have slides, just a few. So I also like to play the role as board chair of part-time historian, because it was said in yesterday's board meeting, CNU board meeting, that we are a great organization for having an oral history, which is that we tell our stories to one another and rarely write them down. And so we're trying to get better at that. But I want to just sort of introduce you to the fact that our movement was started 24 years ago. And these 6 people are credited with being the founders, and they are humble enough and generous enough to essentially diffuse that and deny it and say, no, really there were dozens and 100 or so people at the time, which is also true. But we credit the 6 founders with getting us started. Since then, our organization has had 4 CEOs, and these are our artwork credited to Dhiru Tadani. We thank him again for his tireless hand. The picture you see behind me is Peter Katz, who was here. Is Peter in the audience? I don't know if he is, but anyway, our first CEO, and carried us through the sort of early formative years and played a special role in convening the Congress. Shali Paticha will be moderating today's panel, was our second CEO, and was a great builder. John Norquist was our CEO for 12 years, preceding our decision to hire Lynn Richards last year, and matured the organization, retired as mayor of Milwaukee, and came and led CNU to greatness. And then last but not least, far from least, is our current president and CEO, Lynn Richards. And I wanted to just share with you the board's excitement and enthusiasm about the fresh energy, direction, passion, tireless energy on behalf of our organization. And so she's about to give you a first ever CEO President's Report, and I want you to welcome her with enthusiastic applause, our CEO of CNU, Lynn Richards.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Dallas again. I have to say how thrilled I am to be here, as this is my first Congress as a head of the organization. And while I was nervous about coming up here and telling you all a little bit about where we've been and where we're going, in the end, I just have to say how excited I am, because I think that there's a lot of really great things going on, and I'm so eager to share them with you. And the reason why I think there's so many great things that are going on is because they all came from you. I've spent the last 9 months really trying to listen to what our members have to say, our board, people who have been associated at the core and the central of CNU, as well as new members. So I'm hoping that the future direction which we're presenting today really reflects the vision that you all have for the organization. And I'd like to start at oh wait, hold on. Sorry. Nope. I'm so sorry, dudes. So I'd like to start at the beginning of kind of what we're trying to do. And you know, I come from the smart growth area, and I think that there's a lot of confusion. Smart growth, new urbanism, sustainable urbanism, and I wanted to pull us all back up to say, what is that core value that unites us, all of us? It's building great places. It's building places people love. And if that's our core goal, I wanted to back up even further from that to say, how do we get there? How do we begin to build more great places, have more great urbanism in more places? How do we accelerate the pace of change? Well, the answer, it really, help. I'm sorry. How do we accelerate the pace of change? We accelerate the pace of change by focusing on you. That's it. That's it in a nutshell. I am just so pleased to be head of an organization that has the thought leaders in community design and development. Really, take a look around yourself. Who has written the most books? When a local government wants to hire somebody, they hire a CNU member. At EPA, I've been working with CNU members for the last 15 years. We always hired a CNU member. HUD, NRDC, again, it's all about the CNU firms. We are the thought leader. So what are we doing? We're focusing on you. And we're doing that by launching a new campaign called #IamCNU. Right? And what we're trying to do is to highlight the amazing people that we have within the organization. We want to tell the stories of who we are. We are more than a technical movement. We are more than just about building buildings, right? We're more than about cornices and streets. We are about the people who are building these enduring and lasting places, right? We are inspired continually, in my opinion, around the dedication, the excitement, the sheer energy that people are bringing to their jobs. I am CNU. And not only are we focusing on people, we're focusing on the work that you all do, right? This is Dan Parolik's just launched a brand new website, missingmiddlehousing.com. How can the organization, how can the movement begin to connect and accelerate member-led efforts? You are not alone. We are all part of an amazing organization. And so together, that's how we're going to accelerate the pace of change. Together, we are going to work to support each other's efforts, to accelerate it, to connect, to amplify. We're also going to create more rock stars. The founders are amazing. And it's just not the 7 who founded the organization. It's approximately 100 others that were there at the very first 200, that were there at the very first CNU 1 in Alexandria. You all have led an amazing path for us. You have built an amazing path, and we are here now standing at the precipice of accelerating the pace of change. And the only way that we can do that is by creating ladders of leadership. How can we reach into the next generation and to support them to move forward? I am CNU. And further, we are more than just CNU members. When we're talking about creating great places, when we are talking about accelerating the pace of change, we are expanding our tent to bring in the range of placemakers who are walking with us. Not literally as Jonathan does, but walking with us in creating great places. So I Am CNU will focus not only on dues-paying members of CNU, not only on people who are members but haven't paid their dues in a while, and there's a lot of you like that. But we're also going to focus on people who are walking with us in philosophy and in action. because that is the way that we are going to go stronger. That is the way that we are going to accelerate the pace of change. That is the way that we are going to build more places that people love. We're launching another campaign called #ThisIsCNU. You know, since coming into the organization, I've had a lot of people internally and externally say that we have some type of identity and branding problem. And frankly, I've never really understood that, because we are so much more than Seaside, which is an amazing place. I went there recently to visit it. We are so much more. All of our projects are grounded in the charter. And it's not only the developers, the architects, the urban designers, it's also the transportation engineers, it's the citizen activist, right? It's the guy that's it's the guy agitating to not have the Walmart come in, to really support Main Street, right? We are all bound by the charter. So we are going to start highlighting the amazing projects that you all have done. This is Lancaster Boulevard, which was designed by Stefanos Palazoides and Liz Moll, won a EPA Smart Growth Award, but that's irrelevant. We are talking about, we do more than build traditional neighborhood development. We revitalize corridors. We work in neighborhoods and small towns. We're not just big city folks. We have members that have done work in the full spectrum of the transect. And that is something not to be just mentioned. That is something that absolutely has to be celebrated. This is CNU. We're building green, affordable, transit-focused development. We're building places where people can live that span the range of the socioeconomic demographic. This is CNU. We preserve historic buildings across the board. This is the Arcade in Providence, Rhode Island. We are CNU. And as we begin to think about accelerating and highlighting the range of work that we're doing, an issue came up for us around social justice and equity. Absolutely, this is something that CNU has worked on through Emily Talon's work in affordable housing, but we wanted to bring it into sharper focus. So this past fall in New York City, we held a Transportation Plus Equity Summit to really discuss how transportation policies can inform, impact, and support equity and equitable development. And in fact, our keynote speaker, Mindy Fullilove, really challenged CNU. And hopefully you'll see a clip of it later, but she challenged us to design and imagine a just city. Think about that. As we think about where we are going in the future, we are the innovators, we are the thought leaders, we are the people to design a just city. And it's not only the range of members that we're doing. We are 17 chapters strong with 4 international organizations. We need to strengthen and expand our ground game. CNU National is just a small office in Chicago. We're great staff. We're doing amazing work. But we can't do the work that we do. We can't accelerate the pace of change. We can't win the war on sprawl unless we mobilize our ground forces. And so for the first time in January, we held a national chapters retreat in Miami. And so I think here we have about 12 chapters represented. And we got together for the first time to really discuss what worked and what didn't work. And you know what we found? There is no one-size-fits-all. What works in D.C. absolutely will not work in Austin. What works in New York absolutely won't work in Atlanta. That there's no way that the National could put out any sort of this is how you do it, because it's already going to fail. The best thing that we can do is to articulate a vision of where we want to go, what we want to achieve, and allow you, again, the thought leaders, the very brilliant people that we have, to take that goal up and just run with it. We're expanding strategic partnerships. This is Jim Dreenan, who's the new executive director from APA. And will this work? Can we play this? Will this play? No. Is this? Okay, so there. Okay, well, so. Okay, Okay, so I was in APA last week, and so strategic partnerships. We are just one small piece of the puzzle. And guess what? There are so many other organizations that are out there. APA, NRDC, ULI, AIA, there are the Urban Sustainability Directors Network. There is a slew of organizations that are doing a wide range of complementary work. Let's not replicate it. Let's leverage it and maximize, join forces and move together. So I've been spending a lot of the last months going out and meeting with people to say, you do this, and we do this, how about we work together? And one partnership on this is with the American Planning Association. The Cold War is over. I have no idea where it came from, but it's over. Jim Dreenan and I had an interview. It will be posted soon on our website, and we'll send the link out. And right here, he is telling all of you, I said, if I could beam you into Dallas and you could be on the screen, because I was envisioning this, what would you say? And he says, we are so excited to have new and deeper collaborations with the Congress for the New Urbanism. That's exactly what he said, and you were all supposed to hear it. I was very excited about it. The other thing that we're doing is launching a new website. How many of you hate our website, our current one? Come on, it's not all? It's not all? Come on, how many of you? Exactly. So we're bringing our website into the 21st century. We're going to have a beta launch in June of 2015. Any of you who want to be testers and help us find all the bugs and the dead links, please let Alex know or anyone. But the idea is that we want to create a vibrant place. We want to be able to highlight the wide range of work that, oh yes, you do. Right? That's what the website should be focused on. The audience for the website actually is not our members. The audience for our website are like-minded organizations, but we want to highlight your work. We want the folks from AARP to come in to say, yeah, where can I find out how to do accessory dwelling units? Where can I find out how to do missing middle? What about health districts, sprawl repair, transportation? We're going to take all the great work and resources that you all have done and put it on our website. We're hoping it will be very interactive and awesome. And we'll have full mobile accessibility. This is a short screenshot, so when you need that exact thing, you can get it on your phone. But the big thing that we're doing, one of the big things that we're doing is launching a new CNU journal, and no, that's not the name of it. We haven't come up with a name yet. As many of you know, Rob Studeville came onto staff in January of this year. Rob Studeville, who founded New Urban News. Yeah, that's great. It is an amazing partnership. So we get all the brilliance of Rob and all of his connections, and the entire archives is going to be shifted over to CNU.org. And we're going to close down Better Cities and Towns, and it's going to reopen as a new journal on the CNU website. It's a new collaboration between Rob, CNU, and you, our members and partners, because that is the way we are going to accelerate the pace of change. That is the way that we're going to win the war on sprawl. There we go. And of course, I have to say that absolutely none of this would be available, would be achievable without my amazing staff. These are the staff and interns of the Congress for New Urbanism. Rob is in Ithaca, so we had to just, beam him in. But I want right now everybody to give a huge thank you to the amazing work that the staff has done for CNU 23. If you see them, please tell them thank you. They have been working really late. I had one staff person send an email last night at 1:50 a.m. And yeah, I think he went out for the run at 7 o'clock. So that's what we're doing. We're shifting the organization, just a small little pivot, to focus on you, our members. How can we accelerate and connect you all to achieve and amplify the work? We need to accelerate the pace of change. We are at a moment in history right now. Chris Lineberger and Chris Callett will talk to you about all these indicators. We're having presentations on the market, the range of forces. Right now, right here, we are at the precipice of a brand new realm where it becomes not only as easy as building sprawl, but easier. When we will have won the war, when we can go out and build a great place without 4 years of variances without neighborhood battles. When people are demanding, yes, we want this, how can we make it easy? And that's what we're trying to do. Thank you.